aha zikire musanje zeihangwe ohulirize KDR 10.3 fama akaire kanu nikakuleterwa
MTN Voice Bundles ezikutera network zona habei dondolo migasita 10 ibiri mu hash rundo yekonyeza my MTN app okome mu daily bundle habo kuba butukubaza itwena titukwemerezebwa. MTN Uganda Limited nererwa Uganda Communications Commission.
A very good afternoon. It is exactly 1 p.m. My name is Deo Asiimwe. I welcome you to this broadcast of Kdr News. Now, the detail. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has condoled with the family of Haj Farouk Chirunda, the Deputy Presidential Press Secretary, following the death of his wife, Gladys Aliyinza. Aliyinza, famously known as Mama Mandela, died on 27th last month after being involved in a fatal motor accident in Luka district. Her body was laid to rest yesterday at Lambala village, Irongo sub-county, Luka district, eastern Uganda. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni told hundreds of mourners that death has robbed the NRM party of a loyal cadre and great mobilizer. His message was delivered by the Vice President, Major Jessica Alupo, who was accompanied by her husband, Peter Abaine. The president commended Haj Chirunda for serving with dedication, and on behalf of government, he has assured Chirunda that NRM is a big clan and therefore he can bank on everyone's support during this trying moment. Aliyinza was an administrator with the office of NRM National Chairman by the time of her death. Her send-off was witnessed by hundreds of mourners who eulogized her as a very hard-working and loving person who served the people of Luka district with humility and love without discrimination. Over to Hoima District, Luemiyaga County Member of Parliament Theodore Sechikubo has accused his colleagues from Bunyoro for allegedly intentionally denying him a microphone during an event. Sechikubo was at the weekend attending a Thanksgiving ceremony organized by the Defense Forces Chief Muhoozi Kainerugaba at Boma Grounds in Hoima City. The Thanksgiving, organized by Patriotic League of Uganda to honor Muhoozi's appointment to Chief of Defense Forces, saw religious and political leaders turn up in big numbers, and Sechikubo was out to canvass signatures for the censure motion. While members of parliament were given a chance to speak, the Luemiyaga County Member of Parliament was denied a microphone by the Hoima Parliamentary Caucus Vice Chairperson Harriet Bosinge, who revealed that Sechikubo had plans to shame them for failing to sign the censure documents. Sechikubo, who took about 20 minutes to leave the stage upon being denied the microphone, says that the reason for attending the function was the function with the censure motion files is because Kampala legislators hide. So he knew at such a function he would get them. He has accused Bunyoro Parliamentary Caucus members of not being transparent. Michael Kaguta, aka Toyota, the PLOU National Vice Chairperson, says that the reason for denying Sechikubo a microphone was by protocol and time, saying that organizers had not planned to have him. He calls for unity among PLOU supporters, saying their mission is to ensure people love their country but also work hard to improve livelihoods, especially the youth. Now, the Inspector General of Police, Abbas Byakagaba, has made some reshuffle in the police leadership weeks after his appointment to replace Martin Zokoso Chola, who retired. In his first major changes by Byakagaba as Inspector General of Police, Fred Enanga, the long-serving police spokesperson, has been replaced by Assistant Commissioner of Police Kituma Rusoke, who previously had headed the Kampala Capital City Authority law enforcement team. Consequently, Enanga has been taken to Interpol as the deputy director. Having served in various police departments, including lands, Enanga was first appointed spokesperson in 2014 to replace Judith Nabakoba by General Kale Kaihura. However, in 2019, John Martin the Ochola reappointed Enanga as police spokesperson and has since then never looked back. He is credited for defending the police even during hard times, despite the nature of his job that on many occasions pits him against the public. As he defends police, Enanga has been a darling to many, including opposition politicians. As Uganda prepares for the 2026 general elections, legal experts are advocating for a clear definition of the role of security agencies, particularly the UPDF, to address ongoing violence and disagreements. This follows a study conducted by the network of public interest lawyers, which concluded that the involvement of the UPDF in elections remain contagious due to past incidents where army members reportedly assaulted civilians. The principal investigator, Professor Christopher Mbazida, points out that although the law permits the UPDF to support the police, the army often takes full command, overshadowing the police, which contradicts legal provisions. He emphasizes the need for significant reforms to prevent the country's history of political turmoil, human rights violations, and the rule of law deficits from repeating. Makerere University Professor Julius Kiza stresses the importance of ensuring that security forces remain professional and non-partisan during elections. Members of the security forces defend their roles, with UPDF Deputy Spokesperson Colonel Deo Asiimwe urging political actors to avoid creating situations that lead to violence, which then necessitates army intervention to support an overwhelmed police force. He says the security teams normally coordinate with the Electoral Commission (EC) during elections and are already in the process of engaging experts to train people involved in the process. Electoral Commission Commissioner Stephen Tashovia notes that Electoral Commission works together with the security agencies, emphasizing the need for political actors to recognize the necessity of security forces in elections.
You are still listening to KDR News Broadcast. This is the news on the international scene.
For the news on the international scene, United States. The family of United States President Joe Biden has told him to stay in the race for a second term in the office despite disastrous debate performance, as some family members criticize how his staff had prepared him for the last week's face-off against challenger Donald Trump. Biden spent Sunday at Camp David, the presidential retreat in Maryland, with the First Lady, Jill Biden, his children and grandchildren. While the trip was scheduled previously for a shoot with photographer Anne Leibovitz for the upcoming Democratic National Convention, it also became an exercise in trying to figure out how to quell party anxiety following Thursday's dismal showing. While his family was aware of how poorly the 81-year-old performed against Trump, they also think he remains the best person to beat the Republican and that he is capable of doing the job of president for another 4 years. Jill Biden and his son Hunter, the people he listens to most in the world, were the most fierce supporters. Calls for Biden to step aside have continued since Thursday, when the president appeared raspy, trailed off, and at times gave convoluted answers. Dear listener, It is 11 minutes past 1 p.m. As I wind up the newscast, a quick look on the top stories once more. Museveni Monzi Kirunda's wife says Yonarim has lost a Kdr. MP Chikubo denied microphone at Muhozwe Thanksgiving in Hoima. Enanga replaced as police spokesperson in fresh police reshuffle, and Biden's family tells him to stay in the U.S. presidential race. That's it. My name is Deo Asiimwe. I wish you the best of your Monday, and please, a happy week.
From all over the world, local, regional, national, and international, Kdr FM brings you all the stories. Kdr FM News, world's proudly sponsored by MTN.
You used to tell me that I don't make you happy. All that time you would be complaining. Baby, how come you never call me? But now with MTN, I have a daily voice bundle. I'll call you every day. Yeah, yo, baby, don't dolo. MTN voice bundle. Yeah, yo, baby, don't dolo. MTN voice bundle. Yeah, yo, baby, don't dolo. MTN voice bundle neza bei dondoro okutera network zona tunga dachika 25 arshiringi 10 zonka nyigasta emwe not star ibiri emwe hash otoraneho daily bundle ninga kozesa my MTN app ogambe aha bei dondoro aha kuba kuturi kugamba hamwe twine kizibira MTN enkora n'obushosholeke nibikuratirwa MTN nerebera ekitongole kya Uganda Communications Commission.
Abantu nyina bakibale Kagadi Kakumiro na hadi hona mutabaruke habwokuba tyansika arguza egabude obone baletera mibazi yona eyabusireyira ikara nogya Kampala manya Kenya manya Dubai nogitoza hati nurekeraho genda mu batyasika arguza yona emibaze roho okukebera omubiri gwono kamanya na kyorwaire byona byabusa iwo kwenda kukebera computer kwigula ebinywa kandi inyo bakasitoma babo abakuru inyo bakubahereza special care bakusubuza green tea habeya y'omusubuzi okuterwa mutwe kuterwa mutima ekiriro liro mubiri kuruma no kuzimba ebigere ulcers hernia sukari pressure kusanyarara omusujja ogutakira kurumwa mugongo kuruma munda